Let's go crazy. I'm really crazy. What? Anyway, today I was going to do a Draw My Life video, and then I realized I suck at drawing. Like, I am terrible at it. So instead, I'm just going to tell you. Yay! So, it all started long time ago, aka 19 years and some odd months ago. On the day of August 31st, 1995, at sometime in the night, in a small town of Alamosa, Colorado. Have fun finding that on the map. Yeah, have fun stalking where I'm from. Alright. So, I think we lived there for a couple months, and then we moved to the beautiful town of Oak Harbor, Washington, on the small island of Whidbey Island. I lived there from the ages of 1 to 10 something, I don't know, whatever. But between that time, I had a few good friends. I had like 4 or 5 really good friends. I was not a terrible student. I was just I will admit I was not the best person. I still have no idea how people put up with me. In fact, I still don't know why people put up with me. I'm really annoying. I'm an asshole. Yeah, I don't know how people put up with me. But yeah, people do. It's awesome. And ow, these rings are hurting. So yeah, so my life is full of love and amazingness. Yeah, anyway. So, at the age of 5, I was going to start school, but ended up, they said, since the school started on my birthday, they said I wasn't mature enough, so I ended up starting school when I was 6. Yay. So anyway, I start kindergarten. I don't remember it at all, but I do remember 5th grade, or when I was 5, because I'd have to wait for everyone to get home before I could go out and play. So I think I spent a lot of time in the house. I don't really remember at all, to tell you the truth. But I know I lived with my grandma for the first 5 years of my life, and then I went and lived with my mom. For 4 or 5 years. But yeah, so I had some really good friends, and I was also introduced to video games. I love video games. My first video game system was a Nintendo 64, and my first game was Perfect Dark. And oh my god, that is still one of my favorite games in the whole world. I love it. I really wish I had a Nintendo 64 now, and I really wish I had that game, because I would play it constantly. I love it. Anyway, so that was one of the games. I don't really remember any other games I have now. I also had some really good toys. I had like some of the first edition Buzz Lightyears, and the first edition Woody, where it had the string and you pulled it back and you said words. And they all had Andy written on the foot, and it was one of the very first editions. I had the first edition Christmas Buzz, I had the first edition Buzz, I had the first edition Easter Buzz, and I was close to getting the birthday Buzz, and then we moved. I know, I had 3 really cool Buzzes, and I kept them, and I love them. I love Toy Story so much. I'd play with them all the time. I had a lot of Legos. I love Legos. And I had the map for the cars. I had a lot of Hot Wheels. I would sit there and play with them for hours. I would play video games at night, and I'd keep myself awake for hours playing them. But I love video games and everything, and I used to play them all the time. But I didn't really get into video games until I was about 10. No, until I was about 10, 9, 10, but yeah. So, from the ages of like from 1 to 10, I was basically really into outdoors. I rode my bike a lot. I was a really outdoors person. If you could not find me running around, I was probably up in a tree, just looking out and just sitting up there or climbing trees. So yeah, I was much outside. I'd stay outside from dusk till dawn. Most of the time it was me and my friends. We just go out and do random stuff, have an adventure. But yeah, so I hit 10, and we moved from Washington I moved from Washington to Colorado, and I did school for about a couple months. It was from June till, I did school from June till November or something like that. And then in November, I moved from there to Mississippi. And I was there with my mom, because I was in Colorado with my dad for a couple years, or for a couple months. And then I moved from there to Mississippi, and I stayed there with my mom for a couple months. And then school was not working out. I don't really remember. It was all kind of just a haze for me. I really did not. I completely blocked Mississippi out of my mind. Don't remember it. I know I was not the best student. I was constantly in the principal's office. I was not the best. I know I was a really good student. I got mostly C's. I've been a C student my entire life. I think. I don't know. I hated school. I hated home. I hated it. I hated life. I really did. I think I took it out on my parents and my mom, because I was not the best son at that time either. And I do realize that now, that I was just a complete mess back then. But yeah. So I went from living with them, I don't remember for how long, but I moved back to Colorado for a couple months and did school again there. And then I moved from there to Maine, where I lived with my grandma from then until the end of my senior year. But I ended 4th grade year in Colorado, but then I had to retake 4th grade because I didn't think, since I moved around so much, that I was not ready to move up to 5th grade. So I ended up having to redo part of my 4th grade year. And then they're like, oh, hey, guess what? You are smart enough to go into 5th grade. But I didn't want to. I was perfectly fine in 4th grade. I was like, hey, why not? I love my teachers so much. But they're like, no, you get to go to 5th grade. Congratulations. I was like, why? Why take me from the grade and then move me up? I just didn't understand it. I was just like, why? So I ended up getting moved up to 5th grade. I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, just put me back down to 4th grade. I did not belong in 5th grade. I had no friends. I did not know anyone in the 5th grade class. I was very shy. I did not talk to anyone. And then the bullying kind of picked up a little bit. I was the weird one. I think I acted out a lot because of the bullying and because I had ADHD. And I just I had a lot of outbursts. Hold on. But yeah, so, yeah, life was alright. And so, yeah, but I'm trying to remember. And then, I guess, I was in Maine from grade 5 to half of my 8th grade year. And then my grandpa got moved to Washington. So we moved all the way across the country from Maine to Washington in the middle of the school year. At that point in my life, I had moved around schools so much, I was basically used to it. I didn't have any friends. Bullying was horrible, so I was just like, yeah, let's move. My brother and my sister, on the other hand, hated it. As for now, I think I would move back to Maine, only because I'm out of school, so I don't really have to worry about it. But yeah. So, we moved to Washington, and I didn't get to really go into school as soon as my brother and sister did, because I had been expelled from one of my other schools, so all that had to go through. So yeah, they had to worry about all that. They had to worry about getting all my grades from my last school into that one, and so I didn't join school for another week. So I helped with my grandma, and I just kind of helped the moving process and all that. So yeah, it was great. we had nothing for about 2 weeks. We had no furniture. We slept on the floor. We slept on air. No, we did sleep on the floor because we didn't have air mattresses. So yeah, I think we slept on the floor. I don't remember. But yeah, so basically, that's that part of my life. And then so I got into school. The bullying was just bad. I was called every name possible. I have been called every name possible. I was physically abused, spat on a couple times, and they pulled a lot of pranks on me. I remember one prank where they actually put a fireworks box in my backpack, and I ended up throwing it away, and I got called to the principal's office later that day, asking me, no, it was the next day, about it, and I was like, yeah, someone put it in there, so I just threw it away. So yeah, that was great. Yeah, so life was great. I hated school. And then high school came. Freshman year, it was alright. How I got through most of this was actually my Blue Bear. This is actually the only thing I have from my childhood. So yeah, because like I said, when I moved, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but when I moved from Mississippi to Colorado with my dad, or no, it was with my mom. We actually ended up all moving, it was stepdad at the time. We all moved, up to Denver. And we did there, and we actually that's the school I actually got expelled from, was the one in Denver. I hated school there. I really did. The teachers didn't teach crap. It was amazing! But yeah. And then I moved from there to, because I got expelled, I was just a horrible son, didn't do so my mom had me move in with my grandma. But yeah, so that was all that, and my stepdad did ex-stepdad, did a bunch of crap. I hated him, and my other one hated him for what they did. And this is the only thing I have left from my childhood. Him. He's all I need. But yeah, so he's kind of a reminder of my past. And you know what? Maybe it's a good thing. Because he actually doesn't remind me of any of the bad times from my childhood. He reminds me of all the good times I had from my past. My mom also has a memory box I got her. And I don't remember making it. I don't. But apparently I wrote a letter to her. And I read it. And I was like, whoa, I don't remember doing this. But yeah. So, so those are really the only things I got from my childhood. Yeah, I tasted the glue. I tasted the clay. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that, buddy. That was my bad. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I still talk to him. I still talk to this. How could you not talk to him? He's a big, lovable bear. He's a bear. He's a bear. He's a bear. Ice, people love you, George. Ice, boober. Ice, boober. Ice. Yay! You're weird. I know. Anyway, so, freshman year. To tell you the truth, I don't remember freshman or sophomore year. Freshman year, I guess, was kind of a okay year. Don't remember it. Also, same thing with sophomore year. I hate it. I talked about those in the depression video. Don't really need to talk about it. I don't think I really need to talk about high school because I talked about that. But yeah, so I met a lot of my friends. The bullying stopped. So that's my life. I graduated high school. Here's my diploma to prove it. Yay. But yeah, so yeah, life's great. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm back and then I moved after I graduated school. I went visited my dad for the summer, and then I moved from there, from Washington to Colorado to Mississippi, or not to Mississippi. No, I would never go back to Mississippi, but I went to North Carolina. Shut up, phone. I'm here in North Carolina, and I'm gonna be here for a while. But yeah, this is me. This is my life. This is what it's been. I'm not proud of a lot of stuff I've done, and I'm not proud of all of the stuff that I have said and that I have gone through. And I know a lot of family members know what I've gone through, and they've gone through some of it as well. In fact, a lot worse than I have. And I know I've not been the best son, grandson, and I don't know how I can make up for that, because you've been there every step of the way. Family, I just love you so much. And to the friends that I can now call family, thank you guys so much for being there for me. I don't think I'd be the person I was today if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you so much. So now, all that, I know I don't normally do this, and I know I try to end every video on a good note, or at least, I don't know if I do or not, but I am holding a art contest. I do obviously need a new cover photo, or the little photo, long one, whatever it's called. I have no idea. I've never paid attention to that. But yeah, so I need a new one. So all artists out there, it can be a collage, it can be drawing, it can be pixel art, whatever you guys can do. I will pick the art winner. The date is still to be decided, but the winner will be, their art will be made into my cover photo, and they'll also get a shout out on the next video I do. After that, after the contest is done, I will, on my next video, I'll talk about this a whole lot more. I'm still kind of working on all the details, but this is it. So, as always, love you guys. See you guys in the next video.